68,000 fans packed into the Japan National Stadium in Tokyo on a humid summer night. They came to watch their home team face the ultimate test. That test was Brazil, a 5-time world champion, boasting a roster of elite global superstars, and the only South American team that Japan had never managed to defeat in their entire history. Yet, this Japanese squad entered the pitch carrying serious momentum. By defeating both Germany and Spain during the recent World Cup, they had proven they could systematically dismantle established global powers. While the world viewed the fixture as a standard friendly, Japan approached the match as a targeted mission to conquer their final South American obstacle. For the first 45 minutes, Brazil appeared perfectly in control. Under the guidance of Carlo Ancelotti, they fielded an experimental mix of seasoned veterans, led by their captain Casemiro anchoring the midfield, and highly touted young talent. They controlled the tempo, kept the crowd quiet, and executed cleanly on the scoreboard. Paulo Henrique drilled the first goal, and Gabriel Martinelli confidently smashed home a second. A 2-0 lead is comfortable, but it created a tactical illusion. Brazil was deep in a delayed rebuilding cycle, experimenting with unfamiliar defensive pairings. Their backline lacked the shared experience needed to withstand a sustained attack. This diagram illustrates Japan's second-half strategy. Instead of sitting back, they pushed their defensive block forward into a high press. Watch the defensive third. The pressure forces center-back Fabrizio Bruno into a panicked pass backward, directly into the path of a Japanese attacker. Takumi Minamino instantly punishes the mistake. He intercepts the gift and fires a perfectly placed shot, catching goalkeeper Hugo Souza completely out of position. The score sat at 2-1. The error shattered Brazil's rhythm and handed Japan an avalanche of attacking momentum right out of the locker room. This tactical map highlights Japan's next adjustment. Recognizing a congested middle, they overloaded the wide flanks, rapidly bypassing the center circle. By continuously attacking the edges, Japan forced a disorganized defensive scramble, launching a deep, arcing cross from the right wing toward the far post. The pressure forces Fabrizio Bruno into a second fatal mistake. Desperately trying to clear the incoming cross, he inadvertently deflects the ball backward. Nakamura is waiting completely unmarked and strikes a clean first-touch finish into the net. The equalizer brought the score to 2-2. The sequence highlighted a specific vulnerability. Brazil's elite physical defenders were playing together for the first time, and Japan's coordinated pressure exploited that lack of shared experience until it broke. The equalizer triggered a relentless wave of Japanese attacks. Ueda hammered the crossbar, and the Brazilian keeper was forced into a series of frantic saves just to keep the game tied. Looking closely at this penalty box breakdown during a late corner kick, you can see the defensive failure in real time. Ueda aggressively outjumps his marker right in the center of the small area. He powers a header forward. In a final, tragic sequence for the Brazilian defense, the ball deflects off Fabrizio Bruno one last time, completely wrong-footing the goalkeeper and hitting the back of the net. 3-2. The winning goal was the result of overwhelming offensive volume, breaking down a defensive structure that simply wasn't ready for such coordination. Down a goal in the dying minutes, Brazil attempted a frantic, disorganized push, but they met a disciplined Japanese defense that absorbed the late pressure and refused to break. When the final whistle blew, the Tokyo crowd erupted. The weight of finally defeating the 5-time champions released an explosion of relief across the stadium. For Brazil, the loss delivered a harsh lesson. Delaying a national team rebuild leaves structural flaws wide open. In modern football, those flaws will be punished, no matter the pedigree of the crest on the jersey. For Japan, this victory is their proof of concept. It verifies that their recent success against European powers was the result of a deliberate, effective process that is now capable of toppling any team on earth. They erased a 2-goal deficit in 45 minutes of tactical precision, conquering the final South American giant on their list. Japan has officially arrived as a heavyweight contender.